I am not teaching, I am publicly learning. But hi and welcome to Learning for the Life in the UK test part 573 while doing leg stretching. And if you participate in the leg stretching, that's at your own risk. So we're starting with the first leg stretching exercise, and do them only as long as you want to do them. We're doing just 3 exercises, not quite long. The leg is out and we're putting the toes in. And from time to time we're going to contract the quad muscles. So start with contracting of the quad muscles and all the time pull the toes in. We are learning the UK landmarks, and let's try to say them as you would say them if we would present them, all of them, because that is the idea. We are trying to learn them in a way that we are able to present them and list them all down in a separate video which we're going to shoot, and then without help of a book. So release the contraction but keep the foot there. So the first one is the Big Ben in London, and it's also called the Elizabethan Tower. We could say that it is next to the Houses of Parliament. I don't know, and there's a big clock in it, a big bed, and then there's also a clock. And contracted got again the quad muscles. Then the next thing was in the northwest of Northern Ireland. No, the next thing was first the Eden Project in southeast in Cornwall, in the southeast of England, Cornwall. And better biomes, so shell-shaped what are they called? Greenhouses. So greenhouses in the form of eggshells, of half eggshells, and in them there's a different environment, so that the different plants are growing. And what did it say is? It runs environmental and social projects internationally. And then the next thing is then, now release again the contraction but keep a stretch, is the north. I skipped one when we went through. I tried to remember them with the map, so going from London to southeast of England to the greenhouses where the what do we call it, the Eden Project, then up to the northeast of northern Wales, and there the Giant's Causeway, and really going to the west of Scotland. Now we're having one in the middle. West of Scotland there would be the Loch Lomond and the Trossachs National Park. Now there was Edinburgh in the middle. So we're going from London to Edinburgh. Or do we not do that? London, Edinburgh, Cornwall. Okay, let's do it. We're going from London to Edinburgh Castle. Edinburgh Castle. Edinburgh, that is at the east of Scotland. Release. What are we releasing? We're just releasing. At the east of Scotland, there's Edinburgh, and there's Edinburgh Castle, and that dates back to the early medieval times. When we're going to the south west, and there are then now, and contract again for last time, the Eden Project, these greenhouses, shell-shaped greenhouses in which there's a different environment in each of them, so the plants from all over the world can grow. Then we're going to Wales, northern Wales, the northeast coast of northern Wales, and there's the Giant's Causeway, 50 million years old volcanic stones. Volcanic lava was it, and these are no stones. And there are different legends how they might have had come about. And we're changing the leg. The other leg in front, the heel onto the ground, and we're putting the toes in. And when we're going over, I think, to Loch Lomond and the Trossachs National Park at the west of Scotland. And that thing is 720 square miles big, the national park. And the Loch Lomond is the largest expanse of fresh water in mainland Britain. Then we're going again down to London, to the Ferris wheel first. First to the Ferris wheel? So we're going 3 times to London. Maybe we should first do the things in London, so after the region. Okay, we're going back down to London and pull the toes and contract the legs about it. Down to London to the Ferris wheel, the London Eye. That's a 135 meter high thing. And people go, that's not written here, but they can go into the cabins and they're driving around. And they can see London from a higher place. And that was made for the millennium, so for the year 2000, and also was an important part of the jubileum of Queen Elizabeth II in 2012. And it's still used for the New Year's celebration. And people can go in there and drive around and watch it from top. And we're releasing again with a stretch, but we keep the contraction, but we're keeping the stretch. And from London we're going to Wales, now to Snowdonia. Snowdonia is a national park and it has a size of 823 square miles. Yes, Snowdonia, so Ferris wheel in Snowdonia. I don't know where we are, contract again, the last time. Snowdonia, and there's a mountain, it's called Snowdon, and it has the height of such a height which makes it the highest mountain of Wales. So that's in case I say that, because we don't know the height. We had it in one of the parts, we looked into a map and there was, I didn't know how high it was, and it was way smaller than I thought it was. I thought from the picture that must be 3,000 meters or something, 4,000, but it was just something like 1,500, 2,000. Yes, okay. And when from Wales we're going back to London, to the Tower of London. At the Tower of London, there are the Yemon warders, or also called beef eaters, and they are touring tourists through the Tower of London. Did they ever say that somewhere? What is represented? Maybe we did it when we have the monarchy. When we will have, we had it already. We had it all already, so we're just repeating. And we're doing the next exercise. One leg to the outside, we're doing the anchor chain stability test. And we're having the toes pointing forward. And now we're pressing a bit into the ground with the leg. I don't know. Somewhere did you... There are the crown jewels in the Tower of London. I don't know where it was. We're pressing a bit into the ground. Okay, the Tower of London. And there are the Yemon warders, also called beef eaters, I said already again. And then we are ending with somewhere, I think it's somewhere in the north of England, where is the Lake District, and there's the largest expanse of water, is where Windermere. The biggest stretch of water is Windermere. And that thing has a size of 912 square miles, the national park, the Lake District. Good, what are the landmarks? And when we need also the places of interest. We leave again the pressing, but we're keeping the leg there. The UK is a large network of public footpaths in the countryside. Okay, and then we're going to end with the United Kingdom. There are many possibilities to walk or hike, also to climb. Opportunities for mountain biking, mountaineering and hill walking. There are a lot of public footpaths in the United Kingdom, and people can walk, hike, and they can certainly also somewhere climb. On Snowdonia, some people can climb. There are in total 15 national parks, so a part of the Trossachs National Park, Loch Lomond with the lake, Loch Lomond, and we are pressing again into the ground, and the Lake District, for example, was there something else? Loch Lomond is Loch Lomond and Trossachs National Park, and Lake District is the largest one of England. There are 13 more, so 15 national parks in total, and they are protected. But they can be visited, and there are also people living and working, and we're looking after the landscape. There are a lot of museums, small community museums, but also large national and civic collections. And most of these landmarks are open to the public. And to take care, the other leg to the outside and we're pressing again into the ground, that these places are not expressively used, are kept open to make sure that they are preserved. There exists the National Trusts. The National Trust, just saying National Trust. There's the National Trust for Scotland and the National Trust in England, where it's an Northern Ireland. There's the National Trust, and in Scotland it is the National Trust of Scotland. There's the National Trust, and we're taking care that the buildings are preserved, and that the coastline doesn't erode, and the countryside is also looking great. There's the National Trust looking after the buildings, the coastline, and the countryside. And it was this National Trust was founded in 1895 by 3 volunteers. And there are now 61,000 volunteers helping to keep the organization running. I'm still wondering why the number is so high. I have another idea. Maybe that is not permanent. Maybe these 61,000 are not working, not full-time on that, but only half-time, or this is just the amount of people helping in total over 1 year. Maybe it's something like that. So that's just some people are working just 1 month there. I'm wondering about this extraordinary number of 61,000 people. Here on all these pictures, there's no one to see who's taking care of it. And how many people are there looking after Snowdonia? And there's certainly people looking after the London Eye. But we are releasing a bit of contracts to give you later. But the London Eye, that can't be just volunteers. They have to make it professional. You can't just take something like that if you have no experience in it. And if you have experience, most people demand the money to giving out the experience. And the London Eye, I don't want to say it wrong, but I think it costs money to drive on it. So if that whole thing costs money to drive on it, why should it be operated by volunteers? It doesn't make sense. It would be possible, it would make sense certainly, but not in normal business. Tower of London, there are not 60,000 people looking after the Tower of London. And certainly not after the Lake District. I don't know, it asks some, but we are wondering about the number. Or I'm wondering about the number. There are many castles in Britain and many buildings, but 61,000. Okay, but we have now all information. We are pressing the last time into the cloud. One of the biggest challenges will be to name them all. We could just sort them. The 3 in London, then the 2 lakes, and then Giant's Causeway in Snowdonia, and then the little bonus, the Eden project. Let's actually do that. Let's hope. Place to place. We like again to be outside. We're doing the hydraulic carjack, and we're bringing it up and again down. So Big Ben, London Eye. I say always Big Ben. Big Ben, London Eye, and Tower of London, and then the Eden project, and then there are Loch Lomond and Trossachs National Park, that is in the west of Scotland, and also the Lake District in England is that. It's the largest national park, 923 square miles. And then there are also the Giant's Causeway in northeast of Northern Ireland, 912 Lake District miles size, 823 with Snowdonia. And then the Snowdonia of Wales and the Dorset. So we're having 3 in London, 2 lakes, and the Eden project. And Edinburgh Castle. Okay. We're having Eden project and Edinburgh Castle. And when we're going to say that there are public footpaths in many places of the United Kingdom, people can walk, hike, so climb sometimes, and they can drive mountain bike. I also said that people can go with horses, can ride on horses. And there are museums, larger and smaller ones, so public footpaths, museums, and then the National Trust formed 1895, 61,000 volunteers. Okay, we have around 2 minutes left. We look, with what do we go on? After that, with the other leg to the outside and again up. The development of British democracy. We could do one little video about the demands of the Chartists. Every man every year to have a right to vote. Every man every year in every region has a secret right to vote and be voted for. Every man to have vote elections every year for all regions to be equal in the electoral system. Secret ballots for any man to be able to stand as a member of parliament and to get paid. I forgot what I call that. Every man in every region has the right to vote the equal amount of right for a region and vote secretly, be voted for and get paid for it. We did already 2-3 separate videos about the voting, development of the voting rights, and where we already named the Chartists. Britain was not a democracy as we know today at the turn of the 19th century. There were elections to select members of the parliament. Only a small group of people could vote. 1969, the voting age was reduced to 18 for men and women. Maybe we're going to ask that. When was the voting age reduced to 18? 1969. British Constitution. Okay, so we're gonna make a video and just naming the 6 things. We wanted 6 changes, naming the 6 changes of the charters of the 1830s and 40s. The British Constitution. We don't have time left for it. It was an extra thing. I thank you very much, and until next time.